I move my mouse every, hour or so. That's okay. I was there, but she was one day working, they did a lot of communicating back and forth through the day. She said that there's nothing going on. She'll go do something with her house.
Mr. Chairman, it's 5 o'clock and you have a quorum.
Call the meeting to order tonight. Thank you for joining us. Join the pledge of flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for joining us this evening. Thank you for supporting public education in Weakley County. Our next school board meeting will be held Thursday, November 5th, here in the conference room, 5 o'clock. And I don't know if we get the extension on the electronic means participation, but we'll find out probably before then. But we hear probably online if it's permissible. Want to extend sympathy to some of our Weakley County School family this evening. Eric Wilson has lost his grandfather. Robin Baker lost her husband. Rachel Fowler has also lost her grandfather. We want to keep these members of our school family in our thoughts and prayers during this difficult time in their lives. I don't know if I'll do this now or later, but October is National Principals Month, and so I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank our principals and administrators for the excellent job they're doing. All of our educators are just really going above and beyond these days, but especially want to wish our principals good luck as this is October's National Principals Month. We have the agenda that was distributed to us online, and there's no additions that we made to that, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda. So moved. So two motions, make the second, I believe. So it's a moved and seconded. Any questions about the agenda as we have it tonight? All in favor of approval, say aye. Aye. All opposed? The agenda is approved. I also have the minutes from the September 3rd meeting, school board meeting. Before you, if you have a chance to look at those, is there a motion to approve the minutes? So moved. With the move, second? Moved and seconded. Any question about the minutes as they've been presented, changes, deletions, additions? All in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye. Aye. All opposed? They are approved. Next item of business is some financial transaction approvals. We have, I believe, 4 different transactions to approve. We have a resolution 2021-08, general purpose school funds, sales tax. Fraser, you want to tell us a little bit about
I do. When we have to submit our budget to the state early in the summer, and the county commission gave me this projected sales tax revenue for us at $4 million. And then when we sent our budget up there, it got rejected because it didn't meet maintenance of effort. And so they sent it back to us, and revenues in the county ended up being better than they thought. And so we just had to add $50 in sales tax from the county in order to meet our maintenance of effort.
$50,000. Okay, thank you, Mr. Fraser. Is there a motion to approve this amendment? So moved. Second? Second. Moved and seconded. Any questions about the resolution 2021-08? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? It is approved. Then we have a transfer 2021-01. That's an internal budget transfer, looks like.
Yes. We, at Greenfield, we're going to be building a greenhouse for the ag program there. They've been raising some funds for a year or two in honor of the former ag instructor there, Mr. Voorhees. And they've got a good amount raised, but our CTE department is going to add $16,000 to that. And so we're moving $16,000 out of travel because we won't be traveling as much this year. And we're moving that into building improvements, which will do our capital outlay out of the normal $76,100 money. I hope to have that greenhouse completed by maybe late spring.
Is there a motion to approve this transfer? So moved. Is there a second? Second. Moved and seconded. Any questions about the transfer? All in favor say aye. All opposed? It's approved. Resolution number 2021-12. Safe schools.
Yes. We don't ever really know what our actual revenue is gonna be until we get started next fall. And they determine what was, I guess, remaining from last year and what they've got allocated and divvy that up. So we've got an increase of 54,811 in our safe schools revenue, and you can see we budgeted that money. A lot of things we can use this year equipment wise as we move forward, trying to deal with COVID and continue with the projects we've got.
Thank you, Mr. Frazier. Is there a motion to approve resolution? So moved. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Any questions about the resolution 2021-12? All in favor say aye. All opposed?
Aye.
Now I think we have federal resolution 142-2102 on the agenda next.
We do have this, there's no local monies involved with this, and it's pretty lengthy. What happens, we don't, until late September every year, we finally get our allotment of our title funds, what we're expecting, which is title or special ed monies. And you can see the revenues that we've gotten there have all increased pretty significant amount, except for two small decreases in IDEA Part B and preschool. And so we needed to budget those monies. You'll find throughout there, for example, there's some salaries, director's salary, secretary lines there. They're kind of like we are with our budget. They have to turn theirs in even earlier than we do in late spring, and they didn't have accounting for the raises that we gave our certified salary. And then this $1,000, I'm sure, is to cover longevity that wasn't included in that process. But then the rest of it is just various things throughout their different federal education accounts that they use that dollars for. There's no local money involved with that.
Thank you, Mr. Frazier. I did sit in on the federal projects presentation this afternoon relative to the different title funds and things of that nature. And as Foster had indicated that the title funds and CARES Act really went a long way to helping us supplement what we do on an ongoing basis, but even now some of this, COVID-related activities, MDE and platforms and things like that were covered out of federal monies, and so that worked out really well. Is there a motion to approve federal resolution 142-2102? So moved. Second? Second. Moved and seconded. Any questions about the resolution? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That was Josh.
What, did Josh want to
He
participate?
voted aye.
Okay, all right, great, thank you. Thank you all for giving such good explanations of these transfers. It really is good to have the details and things of that nature to fill in the gaps if we got any questions. So thank you for providing the supplemental information. I think that's all the federal transactions that I see, financial transactions. Next item of business will be consider approve hiring Allie Spain as a volunteer coach at Gleason in softball. Is there a motion to approve that? There's second? Second. Moved and seconded. Any questions about this appointment as a volunteer coach at Gleason? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.
Can you translate for Josh?
You're welcome.
Okay. Don't really have any committee reports I know of. I did want to go over some TSBA information at this time. I don't know, did anybody participate in the fall district conference day before yesterday? I put it on my calendar for October the 29th. It's actually September the 29th, so I didn't sit in on it either. So I missed out altogether. I was going to see if they had this information. But since they've canceled the state conference where we got most of our continuing education credits for school board, it's going to put us in a crunch about getting all of our CEUs for this year. So I don't know if you've seen the emails. If you haven't, I'll get it forwarded to you. But there is a well, first of all, your first opportunity is a delegate assembly. They are going to do that online. It's going to be October 27th from 11 to 12. Weakley County has 3 delegates who get to make decisions on the administration and policy procedures of the association. I'll serve as one of those delegates. We need 2 other people who would be willing to serve as delegates. And unless you want to appoint somebody that's not here, or you want to volunteer to do that, we do need 2 more delegates. We do need to get our delegates registered before that date. Does anybody here want to serve as a delegate for that?
I can do it if nobody else wants to.
I can do it if nobody else wants
Okay,
to.
Josh is volunteer. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Okay, Josh and Martin will do that. Thank you all very much. If you don't have that information, let me know. I've got the links and all that stuff like that. The other opportunity they've got is the fact that they are doing a series of online leadership workshops. And I think they said there's 7 one-hour modules, basically in November, 4th, 5th, 9th. They're also 11 to 12, and you've got to log in and sign in for that. There's $75 a person. Well, there's a charge for all this, matter of fact, but we've got to get our continuing education credits before they send us a letter in June saying you haven't got enough and got to get them by law. Better hurry up. Here's your opportunity. So if you don't see, have you seen those emails, let me know and I'll send them to you, because that'll be one way. These 7, if you don't have any other credits, they said these 7 will actually meet your annual requirement for the continuing education for the year. So take a look at that. It should have been emails from TSBA. One was on September 25th, actually 24th and 25th. And we do need to get our continuing education stay in good standing with the association.
Is it $75 for each module?
I think so, yeah. They've enhanced their revenue stream in the absence of the conference. It looks like to me, don't you think?
I think so.
They're moving some of that travel.
Go to Opry Lane Hotel. Though. Yeah, it looks like it's $75 per person per session. Okay. All right. But I just want to call that to everybody's attention because it's something we've got to get taken care of as well. Next thing on the agenda, I think, is Mr. Frazier's report.
Yeah, just a few quick things. I want to give you some updates on our MDE program. We, as of this week, we have shifted gears a little bit. Moving forward, we're just not allowing anyone that wants to go on the program. They have to have some kind of medical driven reason, and that has to be approved by me, because we're trying to stop some of the flow back and forth between schools. We want to encourage as many as we can to return to school, and we are seeing students start to trickle back in and not have as many at home as we once did. So moving forward, I will approve those if it's medically driven. Obviously, we'll allow them to do that, but just because they had a change of heart, decided they want to do something at home, we're not going to be as flexible with that. Also, our updated numbers, I gave this to you last time. As of today, our COVID numbers, we have 5 students that are positive in the county. We have 3 staff members. So that's a total of 8 positive folks. That's considering 3,300 students in our building and about 520 employees. So the numbers for positivity is very low. Our quarantine, we have 80 students currently in quarantine, and we have 3 staff members. So we have a total of 91 in quarantine. And I'll always reference back to our high water mark, which is August the 28th. We had 19 positive, so we're down 11 in our positive cases. And on August 28th, we had 203 in quarantine. So we're down 125 there, and we feel like maybe those numbers are going to maintain and be relatively, hopefully flat. We continue our procedures. So that's good news I wanted to share with you all on that. A couple things just to have on your radar. Because COVID has impacted a lot of things. For example, we have a lot of our students participating cross country. Normally those meets and events, their tournament meets, are all one day on a Saturday with hundreds and hundreds of students participating. And they spread those out into multiple days this year. So we'll have students at several of our schools that I will be allowing to be out of school to participate in those tournaments. For example, the middle school might be on a Monday, high school might be Tuesday, elementary Wednesday, and I will grant those as they come to me on that. And the last thing I would just ask you all to keep on your radar and think about, as we move closer into fall, we have a lot of things coming up that are normal things, conventions, teams traveling for out-of-town tournaments over the holidays. And we need to talk about overnight trips and what that's going to look like. Our hopes are things will get better and we can move toward that. I was on a conference call with Mr. Parham, who's on the beta board, and they moved their convention from this fall to February. They've got one scheduled at Opryland if things are better. And so I just told them our hopes would be we'll have students being able to participate and go to overnight things as we move further into the school year, but everything's contingent on what the virus allows us to do. So I know I talked with one of the coaches at Westview who usually goes to Christmas tournament, spends the night. Normally we may put four athletes in one room, 2 per bed, and we may be looking at 2 per room this year, something a little bit different. So I'll bring that up a little closer to some of those times in November. At our meeting, we'll talk about that and maybe have more information. But other than that, we'll once again have another good week of school.
Ms. Rager, I hate to jump on all of that discussion you just had, but I left something off the agenda, the consent items. And we need to approve the consent items, which includes cheerleader competitions, basketball travel, tournament travel, dress and cross-country travel. And so in light of what you just said, we have to approve these consent items. Are they where we can approve them at this time?
And before you approve, I've spoken with all these folks, and they know it's contingent on the health and safety.
Okay.
And for example, cheerleading has a lot of events, and they have to list everything in case they keep winning in advance.
Okay.
But if they don't continue to advance, they wouldn't end up going to Florida. So, but they had to submit them all to be approved.
Okay. Well, since Tricia noted that I left that off off our business, it is a consent agenda that we need to approve. And so is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? For a second? Okay, moved and seconded. Now, if you'll notice on there is the cheerleader competition, basketball, cross country. Any additional questions or comments about this? It is contingent to provide a health ability, right? All in favor of approving these, say aye. All opposed?
Aye.
It passes. Okay. Now, I think I've finished everything. I want to mention the fact Patricia has these sitting in front of us. These are the calendars created by the Local Food Network and our Weakley County Farm to School project. This is a fundraiser. It's $10. If you'd like to give Patricia $10 for one of these calendars, she'll provide you with one. Otherwise, Karen Campbell will have some more from one of these things. So I encourage you to consider that as well. You've also been given a Weakley County School Enrichment resource. There's going to be an article coming out in the paper about this. This is the project that Weakley Arts Can and our schools and Weakley County Press put together about learning supplements for our schools for the past year and coming up with a very good resource and really good example of community partnership.
Steve, I'll say one thing on the calendar, and you all may already know this, but each month is student work. The drawings are from our students each month. They were winners.
Anybody else have anything else? Entertain a motion to adjourn?
Hey, Steve, one thing.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any update on our substitute teacher situation? Is that approved or?
We've had several more applicants that have applied, and so at this point, we've not been hammered with too much absenteeism. And so it's better, the applicant pool is better, and secondly, we've not really had tremendous need so far.
Well, that's something I actually had talked about to Ron as far as the school bus drivers, and asking him to get some numbers and where we are versus other counties and different things. And he said that to me, so I would like to maybe mention that. So maybe I know we're not here now, but we could maybe discuss that maybe next month. Maybe
I'll say one thing
that
we kind of triggered a nerve when we increased substitute pay, because I've heard from several of our certified people who didn't get raises this year.
Right.
And I've shared with them that the commission still plans to allow us to give a bonus at Christmas. But yes, we do need to look at increases in all of our salaries.
Because I know we're in sort of a pretty tough. I know several, quite a bit, there's the mechanics are driving. So I know they're pretty stressed, so maybe we can maybe look at doing something similar as a temporary thing like we did with that, if that's helping the situation.
Anybody else? All in favor, adjourn, say aye. All opposed? All right, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Pretty quick.
Got a lot of business done too.
I was wondering, maybe they were gonna do that TSBA, could it maybe in the spring?
$75 times 7 months.
Right, they don't want to, they don't need it.
That's $500 something per board member. They're gonna do it.
That comes about to what it was.
Just a note of interest, you might want to share. Seniors didn't get last year when they reviewed, they didn't get to take advantage of their school day. And so the state allowed them to test, and we tested them back a week and a half ago, September 22nd. And now, what would be their retake opportunity as seniors in the fall, we're doing that December 12th, which is a Saturday. And all 4 of our high schools.
So you guys, like, I ain't got much, we go.
Year and a half.